in America, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business, and founders of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, are inspiring you to get your business right. They know the customer experience isn't just another thing, it's the only thing. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Beach Bros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. Angel is off on vacation this week, and that means we get to have the privilege of special guest hosts. And today's guest host is very, very special indeed. Kaylie Hall, the owner of 68 Designs, a graphic designer with a flair for wow, is joining us. Kaylie, thank you so much for joining us.
I appreciate it. I love the opportunity.
Absolutely. So, Kaylie, before we get started, give us a little overview of 68 Designs. Who are you? What have you done? How have you connected? And what's your sweet spot?
Sweet Stop is actually being a part of Experience Pros, with all due respect. I am a graphic designer and have been for a little over 30 years now. And one of my favorite things to do is to get businesses excited about what they're advertising, what they're marketing, give them the face visually, so that they can, boost their brand.
Now, graphic designers, when people talk about graphic designers, they tend to say stuff like, all it is making a logo, right?
No. No, there's so much more to that.
All right.
There's so much more. It's taking the logo. A lot of people think of a brand, it's just a logo, and actually it's just a vehicle in order for you to improve your brand. You are the brand. And what I end up doing is making sure that the logo and all your marketing materials, everything that has anything about your business, is an extension of you in order to make sure that you have a cohesive look.
Right. And you've done some work for Angel and I and with Experience Pros, and we've always been so grateful to work with you. In fact, our producer, Big Man Chad, came in and he says, so do you do like car wraps? And you said, I do. And did you do Eric and Angels? And
yes, indeed.
You did.
Yes,
you
indeed.
did, which is very, very cool. And we're very grateful for that. Well, let's, we've got a couple hours to get to know one another and to allow our audience the opportunity to get to know you. But let's go check and see what's going on in the markets today. Ding, 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 ding. It's up. And we're all happy about that. The Dow and the S&P 500 down yesterday, but we're back in the saddle again. Told you what goes down does go up. That's the way that works. And the Dow gained almost 0.75% to 150 points to close at 20,701. And then the NASDAQ up 34 points, almost 35, to close at 58.75. And then the S&P 500 is up about 17 points to close at 23.58. Big winners today all across the boards. Chipotle, Southwest Airlines. Chipotle up 3%. Southwest up 2.5%. Tesla up 2.75%. GM up 2.25%, American Airlines up 2 points. Good news for everybody. Oil's flat this trading day. The yen is up about 0.5 point to close at 111.16. That's the market report, and very interesting. Now, Kaylie, you're a technological wonder. The world of tech, right?
I definitely wonder. Yeah.
Well, do you use Snapchat?
No, I don't.
You don't?
I don't. I just don't have time.
Yeah.
I just don't have time.
You got to pick and choose.
Yes,
right?
you do.
And so I respect
learn to say
that.
no to other things.
Certainly respect that. Well, Snapchat, shares of Snapchat, or Snap, the parent company of Snapchat, climbed significantly, up 6% yesterday.
See, that's my kind of
trading
inclusion with Snapchat. I want to be a part of it that way.
When it's making money for you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, there was a great article in the Motley Fool by Timothy Green, who says why Snapchat shares are up now. What's going on today? And I want to read a little bit of this to you because it was a pretty good article written up. It says shares of Snap, hard to say, surged on Monday after various banks that had a hand in the company's initial public offering rated the stock positively. Snap had previously received largely negative ratings from the other analysts, which contributed to the stock's poor post-IPO performance. And yet here we are, shares up 6% at 2:30 p.m. before settling to the close about up 5%. So what, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, with the 25-day quiet period following Snap's IPO, they're only a month into their IPO. The positive commentary poured in on Monday, and it came from Citi, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, RBC, Credit Suisse, and Jefferies. All underwriters of Snap's IPO decided to give the stock buy ratings with the price targets as high as $31 a share. Now, you go to the IPO, their stocks peaked around $27 per share right after the IPO, and then fell to below $20 a share during the last month or so, and largely because of negative analyst sentiment. And yet, here they are. They're coming back. And now the question is, now what? And here's what they're saying. Snap needs to grow at an incredible pace and turn profitable sooner rather than later to justify all those buy ratings. With shares of Snap trading for more than 60 times the sales, investors buying the stock are taking a massive leap of faith. We're going to keep an eye on it because, it's just one of those big things. And what do you see Facebook do? Facebook buys stuff that is typically a competitor.
Right.
In this case, they're not buying stuff. Facebook owns Instagram and they own Facebook as well. And both of them have video platforms that are mimicking the Snapchat platform. So, and the Messenger now has the video, the short videos. So we're going to keep our eyes on it, see what's going on with it. But wow.
Yeah, exactly. And I like it when analysts are actually kind of wrong and the market is what's
it restores your faith in those other things, right? Mm-hmm. All right, let's take a peek at this in the news. An Alaska boy's smelly sneakers earned him the title of the smelliest soul at the Odor Eaters 42nd National Rotten Sneaker Contest in New York.
The fact that that's a thing.
Right.
It's scary.
I have two young men, and they're 26 and 24 now. But when they were teenagers,
they smell.
I could have entered them into this contest. The smelly sneaker contest, the rotten sneaker contest. Connor Slocum will be adorned with a golden sneaker trophy as his toes poked through the front of his rotten New Balance sneakers at the annual smelly sneaker competition at Ripley's Believe It or Not Times Square. In addition to the Golden Trophy, Slocum was awarded $2,500, an additional 2-night stay in New York to attend a Broadway show, and a spot in the Hall of Fumes, and a supply of Odor Eaters products to keep his other sneakers in better shape.
It's a heck of a incentive to make $2,500 if you keep yourself smelly.
No bull, right? And I say no bull because in our news report here from California, a bull. Yes, a horned cow caused a multi-vehicle collision after wandering onto a California road on Monday night. California Highway Patrol received calls about a pair of collisions on the eastbound Highway 4 at 7:59 p.m., including one in which a vehicle fatally struck a bull that was crossing the highway. No bull. I mean, bull. The initial crash caused a chain reaction, resulting in second collision that ended up in a 5-car pileup. People transported to the hospital. They sustained minor injuries. It was a reverse stampede, right? It's the running of the cars, and the bull wasn't fast enough.
Bull didn't win.
Absolutely. And then finally, this in the news. Are you familiar with WOW Air?
I've heard
of it. An airline?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's from Iceland. Okay. And who doesn't want to go hang out in Reykjavik? Right?
Right.
Well, now WOW Air, the Icelandic discounter known for its $99 one-way fares to Europe, announced Chicago as its latest U.S. destination. WOW's set to begin flying to Chicago's O'Hare International Airport on July 13th. They'll fly 4 weekly flights, 1 round trip each Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday to its hub near Reykjavik. And when he says near Reykjavik in Iceland, that could be forever.
Yes, it could.
It's cold up there.
And it's cold up there.
Yeah.
And Chicago's no slouch. No, I'm from Chicago.
They call it the Windy City, right?
They call it a lot of things.
Yeah. I understand Chicago blows.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
That's what I've heard.
Yes.
I don't know that for sure.
Oh, yeah, it does.
So, and on the other side, on the note, listener Nick says, on the positive side, everybody got a steak for the bowl thing. That's roadkill, brother. I'm not sure we want to go there or not. Well, we invite you all to stay tuned and hang with us. We've got a great show for you. Kaylie Hall is sitting in for Angel Tussey. And, boy, it's just getting started. Positive business talk. That's what you come to expect from the Experience Pros radio show. So stick with us through the commercial break. And, while you're at it, do us a favor. Turn up the volume and then do business with the people who do business with the pros. That's how we get to stay on the air, and we appreciate you for tuning in.
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, America's home for positive business talk.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
The Colorado Business Roundtable brings you Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM. Hear from key leaders in Colorado's business community, advocating for proactive business policies that strengthen the economy and help business grow and thrive in Colorado, as well as helping to make Colorado the best place to live now and for generations to come. Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Denver's Money Talk 1690 and MoneyTalk1690.com.
This is Albert Mohler for Townhall.com. Justice Samuel Alito of the United States Supreme Court recently delivered a bracing message to a group of Catholic lawyers. Justice Alito said, quote, "A wind is picking up that is hostile to those with traditional moral beliefs," end quote. Referencing his minority opinion in the Obergefell decision that legalized same-sex marriage nationwide, he said that the decision would be used to vilify those who disagree and treat them as bigots. It is clear that Justice Alito is very concerned. Those who pressed for the legalization of same-sex marriage are now pressing for the normalization of all same-sex relationships throughout the entire culture. He went on to say that, quote, "We are likely to see pitched battles both in the courts and in Congress, state legislatures and town halls, but the most important fight is for the hearts and minds of our fellow Americans," end quote. Here you have a justice of the Supreme Court saying that the biggest case is not the case before his court, but the one in the court to public opinion. We cannot say that we were not warned. I'm Albert Mohler.
Hi, I'm Carl Deichler, the CEO of Beachbody, and I'm here to tell you about an amazing new way you can start losing weight for free right now. You've probably seen our workout DVDs on TV like P90X, Insanity, and 21 Day Fix. We just launched a beta trial of our new digital video platform, Beachbody On Demand. So while we're testing out this new digital video service, I'm inviting you to use it for free for 30 days. That means you can lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, even 30 pounds without paying a dime. Text the word trial to 303030 and you can do 30 days of P90X, Insanity, or any of over 400 workouts for free. Now here's the catch. In return, all I ask is you let us know what you think of the service so we can make Beachbody On Demand the best fitness and weight loss site ever created. Just text trial to 303030 and get started for free right now. Again, text trial to 303030.
Message and data rates may apply. Membership fees apply after 30-day free trial. Cancel anytime.
Wild Birds Unlimited.
Spring is bursting out all around us. Birds are singing their courtship songs. Squirrels are romping playfully through the trees. Butterflies are painting our gardens with color. KDMT Radio invites you to learn more about these felicitous activities by joining David and Scott Menno for Bird Talk every Saturday at noon, right here on KDMT. Bird Talk is presented by Wild Birds Unlimited and can help you create the most attractive backyard wildlife habitat in the known universe. You'll hear fascinating interviews, wildlife news, and entertaining information about the natural world. KDMT Radio invites you to learn more by joining David and Scott Menno for Bird Talk every Saturday at noon, right here on KDMT. So give the Bird Dudes a call with your questions this Saturday at noon on Bird Talk. Wild Birds Unlimited brings people and nature together.
Wild Birds Unlimited. We bring people and nature together.
Hi, this is Clyde with Windows America. Help us celebrate our 15th year helping Denver homeowners improve their homes. A-plus rating with the BBB, award-winning contractor with Angie's List. There has never been a better time to buy windows. The technology of glass and windows has come so far. Right now, we're giving away a free dinner for two with every qualifying estimate. Call us at 1-877-WINDOWS for your free estimate or go to our website, windowsam.com. 1-877-WINDOWS or go to our website, windowsam.com.
This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Angel's on vacation, sitting in for her. Kaylie Hall, the owner of 68 Designs. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. All right. So, listen, folks. When you think about leadership and as it relates to your employees' performance, there is something that needs to be said, and our next guest is saying it. He's got a brand new book called The A Player. And our guest, Rick Crossland, provides private executive development session in the book, which has evolved over years of nurturing top talent. And we're going to talk to him a little bit about developing not just your A player, but your A team. Rick Crossland, of course, spent more than 30 years developing, recruiting, and leading high performers and high-performing cultures and companies. And now he's helping employees of all levels become the top talent that employers covet. Rick, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Hey, great to be here. Thank you.
Super nice to have you along. And now, Rick, in the book, The A Player, you talk about a number of points. We're going to kind of break it down as we have time. You talk about achieving and sustaining A player performance. And the first thing out of my mind is, don't you have to start with A player material before you can expect people to perform at A level?
You know, it's interesting with March Madness going on. I'm working on an article to talk about, these great teams in the NCAAs. I mean, they start with great players.
Yeah.
Really make the coaches look good. It's interesting. We just concluded an interview, high-performing team, a bunch of A players with that A-player culture. We were just interviewing a young man out of tech school to be an electrician, right? Heavily vetting someone to make sure they have the right thing for the team. So the other point there is growing and developing that talent.
Okay, sure. That makes a ton of sense to me. So let's say we've got the talent. How do I frame it? How do you get reluctant, I always do it this way employees to even realize the need to step up their game?
That's a great question. When we do that, we really, in many cases, declare a yearly theme as being the year of the A player, for instance, right? Now, the first thing you do when you say something like that is you have to define A player performance. And when you do that, we do that through a tool called the A player agreement. That's like a job description on steroids. And, what's interesting is it really starts with the leader. And in a lot of cases, the leaders really need to define performance. And it's probably no surprise to your listeners, right, that a lot of them are saying, well, wait, I really don't know what my person should be doing. And that's really hard for a CEO or a divisional executive to have to start to define these roles. But when you do that, I find, 8 times out of 10, the employee really appreciates the clarity that you're providing them. And in fact, I'll up that to 9 times out of 10. They really appreciate that you understand the fundamental things that have to happen in a role for the business to be successable.
So the team really does need to have a good coach.
They need to have a good coach. One of the things that I do is coach the leaders, to have those leaders really improve their leadership competency, their leadership credibility. People only follow people who are credible and competent. And a lot of times, leaders are kind of, in many cases, do as I say, not as I do. And you're much better being congruent, do as I do. So in a lot of cases, it really is improving the leadership game and setting good targets, understanding how those targets are achieved, fundamentally understanding how we do good work.
Right.
Exactly. And I have a question for you. I mean, there's a lot of times when people get into a new position and there's not a lot of guidance per se. A lot of times they don't know how to act. They don't know, other than what the job role is, what they got involved in. Sometimes they don't know what's appropriate, and it'd be nice to have a nice leader to be able to put them on that next plane in order to be that A player to get that performance that is needed for the job.
Does it need to be written down, Rick?
I really recommend that all this is written down. When you write something down, your thinking gets better. I won't jump ahead. Leaders really need to, when crafting those A-player agreements, and again, I've had many a CEO who are like, man, this is really hard, but when they write those and then we share those with, say, the existing employees, the employees are looking like, hey, you really know what's going on. And that too often is missing to the point that was just made, right? A lot of times there is, and I know we have a lot of listeners or leaders listening to this going, wait, this guy's full of it. But, if we're really honest with ourselves, when we define the role, when we define the expectations, a lot of people go out there, let me call them a manager, not a leader, go hit this number.
Yeah.
But that person themselves has no clue how to do that. And that's a lot different than that, what I call show how, which is I can show you how to do this, and I have specified performance, and then it's okay for me to demand that performance.
It also shows that there's accountability as well.
Yeah, accountability is a big part. We want to turn the corner and talk about accountability, but I love the phrase show how because I've always said, Rick, and maybe you'll appreciate this, that the greatest distance anyone will travel is the 18 inches from your head to your heart. And what I mean by that is we can have a great idea. You can even know how to do something, but if you don't enact it, then it's all just talk. I used to be a professional magician, and people were like, "I know how you did that." Well, that's great, but are you on the stage? Are you actually performing it and getting paid to do so? Talk about the
talk is cheap, results are priceless.
Absolutely. Looking at the clock, we got a couple of minutes left here. Talk about the value of accountability and how that translates into the promotion process.
Somebody asked me the other day on a radio show, what do you think the fundamental thing that most leaders can improve on? It's being accountable and holding others accountable. How many times in a week does somebody say something but doesn't do it, right? So there really is, if you really drill down to it, a lack of integrity, a lack of accountability, just fundamentally in the workforce these days. And getting better at holding people accountable, and if you want to get better at holding others accountable, you need to become more accountable yourself.
Yeah. Those same people who you assume who are listening and saying you're kind of crazy, I say crazy like a fox because you're absolutely right. Those are the people who lack in that integrity or accountability, and then they wonder why we complain or at least call it to attention. Before we go any further, Rick Crossland, give your contact information and where we can get a copy of your book, The A Player.
Yeah, so the A-Player is available everywhere, Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble. If you're ordering it for your whole team, I'd recommend 800 CEO Read because they have bulk pricing.
Nice.
And it's available at your local bookstore as well. So Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, anywhere fine books are sold.
Rick, we got 30 seconds. A final thought for our listeners, please?
Oh, boy, final thought. Having an A-Player team is totally doable.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think it's worth working on. Go get your copy of The A Player. In fact, I like the idea of getting multiple copies and passing it around to all of your employees. What's that group discount location again?
That's 800 CEO Read. So that's built for businesses to do team studies of books.
There it is right there. Rick Crossland, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate you on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Hey, anytime, guys. Bye.
All right. Folks, don't go anywhere. We've got more positive business talk just ahead. You're listening to Eric and Kaylie on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com.
The Colorado Business Roundtable brings you Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. Hear from key leaders in Colorado's business community, advocating for proactive business policies that strengthen the economy and help business grow and thrive in Colorado, as well as helping to make Colorado the best place to live now and for generations to come. Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Denver's Money Talk 1690 and MoneyTalk1690.com.
Take a moment right now and rate your lifestyle on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 is a life of quiet desperation that doesn't resemble what you were promised after getting that college degree and corporate job. Now a 10 is a life that exceeds your wildest expectations of the life they promised you for doing all the right things and working hard. If you answered anything less than 10, stop what you're doing and go to mypassiveincomeworkshop.com. Passive income is not a secret, but chances are no one has ever shared it with you until now. Learn how to generate passive streams of income at our free workshop, mypassiveincomeworkshop.com, so you can live at a 10 for the rest of your life.
People who can afford a LASIK procedure sure are lucky. Imagine being able to throw away your contacts and glasses. Imagine waking up tomorrow with 20/20 vision. Too bad everyone can't afford LASIK. Well, guess what? There's a company that agrees with you. The LASIK Vision Institute is now offering dramatically low prices on high-quality LASIK to make it affordable for everyone. That means you get the latest FDA-approved LASIK technology for a fraction of what others charge. And if you call right now, we'll schedule a free appointment so you can discover if LASIK is right for you. Results may vary. Call 1-800-600-1559. Even better, call right now and you can get an extra 20% discount off our already low-cost services. We've already performed over 1 million procedures. Let us help you. Discover how you can get the quality LASIK experience you deserve at a fraction of what others charge. For your free appointment, call 1-800-600-1559. 1-800-600-1559. 1-800-600-1559.
How about kicking off March with some fresh, clean carpets? Time to get cleaned up from all that winter grime. Call Zero Res Carpet Cleaning Company to clean your carpets with their patented empowered water technology cleaning process. Your carpets are going to look brand new again, especially if you have kids and pets. You probably have spots and stains everywhere. Empowered water technology is eco-friendly. It's safe for your kids and pets. They don't clean with harsh soaps, detergents, or toxic chemicals. If your carpet is cleaned with those things, you're only attracting dirt to your carpets. Call now and get the March special. 3 carpeted areas pre-treated, cleaned, and sanitized with empowered water for just $119. See, that's pretty affordable. Call Zero Res and ask them about cleaning your rugs, upholstery, and tile and grout, too. Call today, 303-471-5150, 303-471-5150, or go online and book your job at ZeroResDenver.com. Mention you heard the $119 deal on KNUS. Zero Res, the right way to clean.
Hi, this is Oren, owner of Absolutely Cabinets. Since 1989, I've sold Aristocrat cabinets for kitchens and baths, and they have proven year in and year out to be a great dollar value. With Aristocrat, you can buy the level of cabinetry you feel comfortable with in regard to construction. If you want all the features without making a decision, I sell Decora, which is a semi-custom line of cabinets with solid wood fronts, dovetail drawers, full extension glides, with soft close automatically on drawers and doors. From basic up, I can put you into cabinetry that will fit all your wants and needs. Thanks to all my repeat and referral customers over the years.
Go visit Oren's showroom at 5940 West 38th Avenue near the corner of Harlan and 38th Avenue. Or give him a call at 303-425-5592. That's 303-425-5592. Or visit AbsolutelyCabinets.com. New store hours are 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday and 8 to noon on Fridays.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin' hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Angel Tussey out on vacation today, out in Florida, hanging out with her entire family, and sitting in for her, the lovely, the talented, and the oh-so-versatile Kaylie Hall. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
You betcha. Our next guest is the owner and managing partner of Key Advisors Group. He's graduated from York College of Pennsylvania with a degree in economics and finance, which means he's basically smarter than me. Specializing in money management, Eddie Gabor also focuses on retirement and estate planning strategies for his clients. When we talk with him today, the topic of the day is the 4 most depressing reasons why Americans are not saving any money. Eddie Gabor, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Thank you for having me.
I'm a little frustrated with the whole thing, Eddie, to be honest with you. What's going on with this? The 4 most depressing. Don't you know this is the most positive business talk show in America?
Yes, I do. But sometimes the reality is not as positive as we would like it to be.
You know, we're not ignoring it. I was telling Kaylie in the commercial break, we won't ignore the reality of the sense, but we will try to put a positive spin on each one of these. So let's get started. What's depressing reason number 1 why Americans are not saving money?
You know, one of the main reasons is, when you look, wages have really been stagnant over recent years. So, with the cost of living increasing each year and stagnant wage growth, it's really, some of this is out of their control. There's definitely some accountability that people can look themselves in the mirror, but one of the main reasons has really been the stagnant growth in wages, and we're starting to see some signs of wage growth, which is a positive thing. Okay,
well, let me ask about the stagnant wage growth, because those are very broad words, but to whom are we referencing? Is it the entry level? Are we advocating for a $15 an hour wage increase, or are the mid-level or C-level executives not getting paid what they're worth?
It's more the mid-level. I mean, I think with that slow economic growth that we've had over the last several years, I mean, that's played a big role in this thing, which is why, I don't want to get on a different tangent here, but I think this is why you're seeing a big push for the corporate tax reform.
Sure.
Because I think indirectly that will help with wage growth and some of this stagnant growth that we've seen in the economy.
All right. Reasonable enough. Okay. So, flat wages, we need to address that. What's the next reason that people are not saving for their own retirement?
One of the other reasons is people just, they don't pay attention to it. They'll say they haven't got around to it. They procrastinate in doing this. This is something that needs to be looked at very seriously, that everyone should be doing, and putting together a budget and paying themselves first. But unfortunately, many people put it on the back burner, and then time flies quickly, as we know, and next thing you know, they're 55 years old and you barely have anything accumulated, and then you try to play catch up, and by then sometimes it may be too late.
Oh, Eddie, give us something positive. What can we do in these circumstances, in the situation? I mean, I get it. People don't look at retirement, and they hear the word retirement, they equate that with 72 years old. And therefore, I barely have a runny nose, much less a life-threatening issue. And they don't think about it; they put it off. So, give us a word of encouragement. How do you get your clients to go, "Hey, wait a minute, this is important enough for me to put on the table today"?
I think it just starts with educating. I mean, it really does. I mean, think people just need to carve out time for themselves, be a little bit selfish, and educate themselves on the power of compounding interest, and starting with just, another thing too, I think some people will look at a dollar amount, we'll just say $50 a month per se, and they'll say, well, that's not really going to do much, so why start now? But the reality of it is there is not a dollar amount that's too much to start with. So starting something is better than nothing. I'm sorry?
Or too little to start with?
Yes, so there's no such thing as too little to start with. Okay. So educating themselves on how powerful this can be for their future, I think will help encourage people and motivate them to start being a little bit selfish and taking care of themselves.
Hey, Eddie, this is Kaylie. I was going to just ask, I think a lot of people they have a tendency to treat their retirement years more like their health care. I mean, a lot of people will not even look at their health care, and how they take care of themselves until it's like DEFCON 4. And then they try and jump in, and all of a sudden they kind of try and build up as much savings as they possibly can. And they find themselves very frustrated when it does come down to retirement.
That's a fantastic analogy. I mean, and you're dead on with that. I mean, it's like you can't wait till, I hate to sound so morbid, but until you have a heart attack, until you start thinking about your health, right? You've got to be proactive and attack it way in advance to prevent those types of things from happening.
It's also like with weight loss as well. I mean, people try to get into weight loss sort of situations and they find out that they're not, eating right or anything, and all of a sudden something bad happens, and that's what changes their tune.
You're exactly right. And so the younger they can start educating them, and it starts at home too, parents of young kids start drilling it in their brain at a young age. I just don't think it's talked about enough, and the power of this. So that way, as they get into the workforce, one of the first things they look to do is how much can I put aside for myself in my 401k and other things that are available to me.
Actually, I have a friend that actually does this with his kids. He actually makes it a fun sort of thing. He started his kids off young, and he started to get the kids excited about saving money and how it compounds. And it was just something that more of a challenge.
Even Angel, the co-host of this program, Eddie, she has 3 kids, and one of her twin daughters, who are 23 years old now, and that's where they're out. She's out visiting. One of them understood immediately the value of compound interest and started a savings account, I should say an IRA, for the purpose of building up that compound interest. And we just got to keep banging the drum on this. What do you see with the activity going on now in the market? Down yesterday, up today. Depending on who you listen to, the market is incredibly volatile, or we're on a bull run like crazy. What's your thought on how maybe the Federal Reserve raising their key rates and whatnot, and how that will affect this conversation?
So I think their rising interest rate market environment is actually going to be a good thing. I mean, we've been in such a low interest rate market environment that you've got a ton of investors that have cash that has barely been earning anything.
Right.
And there's this misconception that a rising interest rate market environment is going to be detrimental to the equity market, the stock market. And I believe the opposite effect will happen. I think we're in a slow rising interest rate market environment with decent growth in the economy, that the bull market will continue to run with volatility, of course, and raising interest rates will be good for lots of investors that have cash. That will indirectly increase their income and ability to do other things with that money.
You make a good case, and I would love to have our listeners follow up with you, Eddie. How can they connect with you?
You can go to our website at keyadvisorsgroupllc.com.
keyadvisorsgroupllc.com. Check in with Eddie Gabor. Make sure that you ask the tough questions, because if he's got an answer, you need to know it. Eddie, a final word of inspiration or thought from you?
Well, again, I think this comes down to starting educating at a young age. And I do believe that the more we get the message out, that more people will be very proactive. And I think that we have a very bright future ahead of us, both economically and in the stock market. So it's an exciting time to be an investor.
All right. Well, there it is. Eddie Gabor, thank you so much. We appreciate you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You betcha. Kaylie makes a great point, and I really do think that we have to face the reality that people aren't doing what's in their best interest. And I think between estate planners and health coaches and
business coaches, any coaches, good trusting friends.
Well, I'm talking specifically the estate planners, the health coaches, and then the financial advisors are all dealing with this. I don't want to see or think of myself in those terms. Right?
So they choose to
I don't
ignore
want to think
it.
of myself as retiring. I don't want to think of myself as dying. Those estate planners, what an uphill battle they have in trying to get their clients or their prospects to become their clients, to make an estate plan, to make a will, and they just don't, because there's always tomorrow.
There is always tomorrow.
Not always.
But not always.
Yeah. All right, gang, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more with Kaylie Hall. You're listening to Kaylie and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network. This is home of positive business talk, and we'll be right back after these messages.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
When you get in your car, you program your destination into the GPS. You need directions to get where you want to be.
You will arrive at your retirement in 8 years.
And the same is true for your retirement. You need a voice to guide you along the way. And in Denver, that voice is Dave Anthony. Join him every Saturday morning at 8 for the Retirement Income Show. Dave's 20 years of experience can make your retirement journey feel like a drive down Easy Street. Take the first step by tuning in every Saturday morning at 8 for the Retirement Income Show with Dave Anthony.
Arriving at your retirement.
Hearing aid users are younger and more active than ever before. And the reason may surprise you. Today's hearing aids have become so advanced, they're almost effortless. How effortless? You only change the batteries once a year, not every week. And you never open the battery compartment, even at night. How effortless? You can adjust how loudly and how much background noise you want to hear, right from your phone. And the clarity. Independent studies show that our hearing aids help you to hear better in background noise than people with perfect hearing, automatically. I'm Dr. Barbara Jenkins from Advanced Audiology. For more information about these and other advancements that improve clarity and ease of use, go to advancedaudiology.com or call 303-649-2122. If you have a hearing loss, you know how important these features can be. That's 303-649-2122. At Advanced Audiology, we take your hearing seriously.
Are you concerned about outliving your money? How would you like to have guaranteed growth and a lifetime of income you could never outlive? Join Brett Roby for the Retirement and Income Radio Show on Saturdays at 7 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. right here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. You can also call Brett Roby now for your free customized Safe Information Money Kit and 115-page Safe Money book at 866-780-7233, 866-780-SAFE. In America, we stand on the shoulders of giants. Benjamin Franklin and other founding fathers handed us a republic and challenged us to keep it. The challenge remains today, more than 240 years later. The Americhicks invite you to call in every weekday afternoon at 5 p.m. to sort through the smoke and mirrors and faux news. Join in to discuss government policies as right versus wrong rather than right versus left. Denver's only female-hosted call-in talk show on your drive home. The Americhicks, Kim Monson and Molly Vogt, weekday afternoons at 5 on KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m.
Are you thinking about updating that outdated kitchen or bathroom? Well, now is the best time to get started. I'm Ted Spear, co-owner of All About Cabinets and Countertops at 35th and Wadsworth. We can help transform your kitchen or bathroom into a stylish and functional room for less than you ever thought possible. Right now, we'll save you big money on your new cabinets and countertops, even over those big box stores. We provide our customers with the unique mix of superior quality and top-of-the-line customer service, all at affordable prices. And now, through April 15th, take advantage of our additional savings and upgrades on all your cabinet and countertop purchases. We are offering up to $1,500 in additional savings off our already low prices. Don't wait. You can visit our showroom or call us today at 303-456-6400. That's 303-456-6400. Or visit our website at allaboutgreatdeals.com. That's allaboutgreatdeals.com. Make a difference without the expense with All About Cabinets and Countertops.
Are you embarrassed by your smile? Are you unable to eat the foods you love, afraid to laugh, afraid to live a normal life, even afraid to go out in public? Dr. Barrett's with Barrett's Dental here. I believe that you deserve a smile that you can be proud of so you can live your life the way you want, with the peace of mind that you can smile without embarrassment and that your mouth is healthy. At Barrett's Dental, we want to help you get your life back. I invite you to my office for a free consultation where you can find out for yourself if you are comfortable at Barrett's Dental. We offer total dental solutions, meaning we can handle all of your dental care in one convenient location without referring you all over town. If you feel safe at Barrett's Dental, it's the last place you'll need to visit to get the care you need. Is the condition of your mouth causing you to live a life of quiet desperation? Call me. I'll take great care of you.
If you're looking for a safe place to take care of all your dental needs, call Barrett's Dental at 303-502-5527 or visit denverdentist.com.
Hey there, Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. There's absolutely no reason why right now can't be your time to get started on that beautiful new kitchen or that awesome bath you've always wanted. See what our family can do for your family. 800-362-8370.
Question: would you seat your 3-year-old child on a windowsill?
And would you seat them in a car seat that's not the correct one? Secure their future. Seat them in the correct car seat. More info at safercar.gov/the right seat. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. The Experience Pros, America's home for positive business talk.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Every time I hear this music, I think of the cowbell. Of course, you know we need
more cowbell.
More cowbell. Absolutely. Kaylie Hall, thanks for sitting in for Angel today.
Thank you so much.
It is. It's exciting to have you, and the program wouldn't be the same without you. So I'm grateful for your time. Kaylie, you sent me an email to a link to a story that it surprised me. Because here you are, a graphics designer. You're supposed to tap into people's emotional psyche and figure out how to tell their story through artistic communication. And the title of this is "Follow Your Passion is Wrong."
Right.
Wrong.
Right.
I mean, yes. No.
No.
What?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I think
what you talking about, Willis?
You approach passion in a different way. What we've been learning, what passion is.
As you know, single man that I am, I approach passion in a much different way.
I know a lot about you.
Yeah. Okay, so Aaron Orendorff wrote an article on Mashable, and this is his deal. He says, not passion, but these 7 things instead. And so walk me through these, if you will. Give us the bullet point. Let's talk through it.
The bullet point list there all start with P, as a matter of fact. So it's not passion, there's purpose.
Purpose.
Yes.
All right. So it says your passion may be the very thing holding you back from power or influence of accomplishment, because just as often we fail with no passion, right? With passion de-emphasizes the I. Purpose is about pursuing something outside yourself, as opposed to pleasuring.
It's about them.
Yourself.
It's not about yourself.
Okay.
It's about giving purpose for yourself by helping others.
You know, I'm on board with that because I agree. When I say I'm passionate about that, it's all about me.
To me, it's everything that Experience Pros is all about.
There you go. See, there's some passionate song right there.
There you go.
I hope you dance. Leanne Womack. Thank you very much, Chad. Appreciate that. Okay, so purpose, not passion. Okay, what else? What's next?
We got not passion, picking. Not picking your nose. Picking.
How'd you know I was going to go there? Picking, what does that mean? So slowing down, pausing, evaluating, weighing, and only then making a clear-headed choice?
Right. In order to follow your passion, you have to learn to say no so you can allow yourself to follow that passion.
All right. And so we need to know what to say yes to.
Exactly.
But you've got to master the no.
Exactly. And that's probably the worst thing to do is to try to say no. Everybody struggles with it.
You know, we built our entire business on the word absolutely, right? Somebody asks us, they come to us, "Oh, Eric and Angel, I love what you're doing. But if you could only do this one thing, that would make it so much better." I'm like, "Oh, all right, we'll do that one more thing." Before you know it, now we've got this smorgasbord buffet of all these things that we do. And now guess what?
Got no
I'm
focus.
overwhelmed by the things that you offer.
Yep. Exactly. There's a lot of times when you get an email and sometimes you want to respond right away. Sometimes you just have to stop, think about it before you start responding right away. You have to pick and choose what you want to respond to in the proper way.
Okay. So the next point, what is this one?
This one is practice. Practice makes perfect, right?
No, it doesn't. Practice makes permanent.
Right.
And if your practice is flawed, then your outcome will also be flawed.
Correct.
So Angela Duckworth, the author of Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance, wrote this. She says, after you've discovered and developed interest in a particular area, you must devote yourself to the sort of focused, full-hearted, challenge-exceeding skill practice that leads to mastery. You need to zero in on your weakness, and you must do so over and over again for hours a day, week after week, month after month, year
without
after
defeating
year.
yourself.
Right. And, you know, when I was a magician, Kaylie, I literally practiced my tricks, the tricks that I would perform on stage. I would rehearse and practice literally 100 hours or more before I ever showed anybody on the stage. And the reason is, I mentioned this to one of our earlier guests. The greatest distance you'll ever travel is the 18 inches from your mind to your heart. You can know how something is done, but until you can close your eyes and make it happen,
become it,
own it.
Yep.
Then all you've got is a good idea.
It builds up your self-esteem. It builds up your confidence and all of that stuff by practicing.
All right. What's the next one?
Next one is planning.
Oh, you're channeling Angel.
Yes, exactly. Planning is a little bit of everything. I think there's a lot more planning than people actually do. We shoot from the hip.
Planning requires follow through, but follow through needs the plan. So I'm not going to diss on the plan. I think it is very important. Creating those SMART goals. What is that? Sustainable, measurable, achievable, realistic, and on time.
You got to learn to plan because you cannot shoot from the hip with accuracy.
That's right. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
You got it. You got it.
All right. What's the next one?
Our next one is positioning. And passion can only take you so far. After that, you don't have the skills, the tools, the resources, the knowledge, and the track record to move forward, take risks, and expand.
All right. So the basic approach of positioning then is not to create something new and different, but to manipulate what's already there and retie the connections that already exist, especially too when it comes to how other people see us, right?
Exactly.
All right. Okay. That makes sense.
All right.
And then what's next?
And the next one is peripheral.
I can see that. I could have seen that coming out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah, sure you could.
So the point of this is that passion makes us myopic. I can't argue that. I want to.
Right.
I want to because I think there's a real important place for passion in the workplace. But we do. I mean, just think about the person, the significant other. When you're in love, you can't see or reconcile or reason to save your life.
Most definitely. It's really difficult when you start to, little things like your own parents. It's hard to see them as people, not just your parents.
Right.
So it's just one of those things you have to see them as people. You have to get the blinders off.
Absolutely. And finally, not passion, but perseverance.
Perseverance. I love that word.
Stick-to-itiveness is, we talk about consistency and that being a key word. Also perseverance. Because if you quit, and it reminds me of the little meme of the miner who quits just before breaking through to the diamonds.
Correct.
Right? And I'm thinking, wow, so many people I know quit just before
small business does
the
that.
big breakthrough.
A lot.
That's
right
it.
at that third year, that magic time.
Yeah.
There's some sort of weird thing with that.
Yeah. Don't quit. All right. Good article. Thank you for bringing it.
No problem.
I appreciate it. And folks, don't go anywhere. We will be back after the top of the hour news break. Be sure to do business with the people who do business with the pros. We're grateful for that. And we'll be back with Kaylie Hall. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Network.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk. This is the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact the Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or contact them on the web at experiencepros.com, on Facebook and Twitter at Experience Pros. If your customers love you, we want to know you. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
KDMT Armetta, Denver.
Denver's only business radio station, Money Talk 1690 AM.
doing radio. I love doing radio. Yeah. Yeah. No, I love this. This is, again, when Angel's gone, I'm having to do a whole bunch of other stuff. And the half hour that we spend trying to make this thing work that doesn't, is so frustrating because I thought for sure it would be so easy. It's such an easy program to use. Or her having a PC and whatever it's going to be tomorrow. Oh, a promo. Yeah. Sorry. No. I got it right here. Let me find something real quick. Type for just one split second. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody, it's Eric. On the next Experience Pros radio show, we're going to ask the question and find the answers. Is Samsung's Galaxy Note 7 making a comeback? What? Tune in, the Experience Pros radio show.
Business never takes a break. Neither do we. So, take Denver's Money Talk 1690 AM with you with our brand new mobile app. Stay up to the minute with breaking news, market strategies, current trends, and more wherever you are. With live streaming, listen to your favorite Money Talk shows whenever you want, on demand. It's like a personal advisor in your pocket. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Download the brand new Money Talk app on iTunes or the Google Play Store, or at moneytalk1690.com. Life, it's yours to own. And when you're considering the purchase or refinance of a home, you want to know that the people helping you are looking out for your best interests, not just the best interest rates. Cheryl Braunschweiger and her team at Nova Home Loans are trusted members of the Experience Pros Network. And yes, they're ready to help you today. Call today, 720-279-5939. That's 720-279-5939. And let Nova Home Loans take care of everything. Life, it's yours to own. Nova Home Loans can help. NMLS ID 3087.
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, the most positive business talk show in America. Best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, are inspiring you to get your business right. They know the customer experience isn't today's program.
Hello and welcome to the Experience Pros radio show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. We are here to remind you that small business is big business and your business is our business. And sitting in for the vacationing Angel Tussey is our good friend Kaylie Hall with 68 Designs. Kaylie, welcome.
Thank you so much.
And 68 Designs is, what kind of business is that?
It is a graphic design service. And
Yeah.
I will arrange everything from all your design needs up to all the printing and arranging all the printing and such.
You carry it all the way through,
Yep.
and I think that there's no job too big for you.
Not lately.
I know that you wrapped our Jeep for the Experience Pros, and we call that the Fan Brag and Wagon. And you did a great job designing that.
Thank you so much. I'll even do apparel, all kinds of stuff. I mean, full size sublimation, everything.
All right. Well, welcome aboard. We're very grateful to have you. Here's what's happening in the markets today. The market's all closed in the green. That's good news. The Dow up 150 points to close at 2701. I should say 20,701. So make sure everybody knows that we haven't lost a whole lot of points there. Up 34 points on the NASDAQ to close at 5875, and the S&P 500 up almost 17 points to close at 2358. All big winners, the most popular stocks, Chipotle, Southwest Airlines, Tesla, GM, and American Airlines, all in the positive zone and all up more than 2%. So good news across the boards there. Kaylie, I often reference the Fitbit because, Fitbit has been having some real volatility going on. And the stock closed, I think, at like $7 and change yesterday. But when the stock goes down, I got to check my Fitbit to see if I'm still alive and the heart's still pumping and everything is good. And so far, we're doing okay. So
you are still alive.
I've got something to show for it. I hope, it's one of those, you just never know when things are going to go south. Speaking of things going south, USA Today puts out an article overnight that says, as Sears falters, a shadow darkens over American shopping malls.
I can see that.
You're from Chicago.
I am.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the River Oaks Center?
I am.
Yeah.
I lived a couple miles away from there.
In Calumet City, Illinois, to say that the River Oaks Center, a sprawling mall in the blue-collar suburb of Chicago, has seen better days is an understatement.
Yes, it used to be the place to go. I used to go to art shows there.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was fantastic.
Yeah, well, it's not so much these days. When it opened 50 years ago, it was one of the first big malls in the Chicago area. And it boasted 4 major department stores: Carson, Peary Scott, J.C. Penney, Macy's, and there was a Sears. And you know how malls work. They use those anchor stores to bring in the smaller retail outlets. Well, built in 2013, Carson's and Sears shut their doors at the mall near the Illinois-Indiana border, and the 2 remaining anchors, Macy's and JCPenney, are facing strong headwinds. Both retailers have announced plans to close dozens of stores around the country, and Sears warned investors last week of substantial doubt about its ability to stay in business. Once a vibrant new River Oaks provides a dour portrait of the tough road ahead, I should say the once vibrant River Oaks provides a dour portrait of the tough road ahead for malls across the country. And I don't know if we've seen anything hit here in Colorado yet, but it's tough to be in a mall. It's tough to stay,
And that was a place to go and, back in the 80s and 90s.
Sure. But nowadays it's pretty much full of nothing but children. And there's outlet stores and standalone stores. And there's this little thing called the internet, and Amazon is absolutely putting the pressure on these little outlet stores. All right. This also in the news, for those of you who watch the program on a regular basis, you know that I appreciate my banana, and we talk about the bananas here on a regular basis. I tore a vocal cord when I was on stage years and years ago, and my voice gets really raspy and painful to listen to. But a banana will clear it up just like that. It's the texture and the way that it coats the throat. In any case, that has absolutely nothing to do with the bananas they found in Spain overnight. Authorities in Spain said they intercepted a shipment of bananas that included 57 fake fruits, hiding packages of cocaine.
Cocaine.
Yes, the cocaine bananas.
Oh, nice, nice.
The Guardia Civil Police said investigators working in tandem with the country's tax authority examined the shipment that arrived in the Mediterranean port of Valencia from South America and discovered 57 of the bananas were resin decoys concealing 15.4 pounds of cocaine. The investigators found another 22 pounds of cocaine hidden inside the cardboard box flaps transporting the real bananas.
At least they're creative.
Will these people never learn?
No, I'll go with no.
You're right. They are creative, but goodness, it just seems like a silly waste of time because you're going to get caught. You always get caught.
Yes, you are.
Are you familiar with clickbait?
I am.
Do you know
and I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't like it at all.
I'm not sure I do either. Let me give for our listeners what this whole thing about clickbait is. Clickbait you might see on Facebook that says something to the effect of, Madonna just said this and I couldn't believe it. And you're enticed to click to find out what Madonna
and waste
just
more
said.
time.
Of course, because now they've got you going through 6 or 8 different pages on a website, and it literally is designed to get you to
breaks down
click.
Productivity in a major
breaks
way.
down productivity. It sucks up bandwidth.
And it ticks you off.
And it can. And so we'll just file this in the what were they thinking? Dallas bookstore is using clickbait headlines to promote the classics.
Oh, boy.
The Dallas bookstore is drumming up interest in classic literature And you'll never guess how using clickbait headlines. You'll
Something
never
about
guess
Charles
is one of those
Dickens.
big ones.
Go for it.
Let's see if I can figure out what some of these say. It says the Wild Detective Bookstore said its Litbait campaign using social media posts with clickbait style headlines had led to a 14,000% boost in traffic for their website, which hosts the full text of the classic novels. He befriended a bear when he was a kid, and fate reunites them years later. The store's Litbait headline for Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book reads, "You'll never guess what happened to this Kansas teen after a tornado destroys her home."
Wow.
You know what that's for?
Yes, sure do.
Frank Baum's Wizard of Oz.
You got it.
You fell for the bait, now fall for the book, the website says, after the social media users have clicked through to the text. The bookstore owner, Andres de la Casa Huertas, said many social media users reacted predictably to finding the truth behind the clickbait. They felt tricked, of course, but it was a good outcome.
I think some of that stuff is pretty creative because
It
it's
is
not
creative,
expected
right?
from a bookstore.
You'll never guess what happened to this Kansas teen after a tornado destroys her home.
Brilliant.
Right?
Pretty brilliant.
And then it takes you to an invitation to fall in love with the book. Don't be mad. Fall in love with the book.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think it's only got a certain shelf life, so to speak.
Clearly. That's
it can
funny.
only work. It can only
That's
work
funny.
for so long.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. And then finally, this in the news. Sanitation workers helping New York women dig for lost wedding rings. New York woman who accidentally threw away her wedding rings received a little help from sanitation workers at New Jersey processing facility. Shannon Lombardo said her wedding band and diamond ring were wrapped in paper towel after she cleaned them, and it wasn't until later that she'd realized the paper towel she had thrown away was the same one that contained her rings.
Yikes.
I just cleaned them, and I had them in a paper towel. I think I got distracted with the kids. Hard to figure out. I just think I crumpled it up, didn't feel the weight of them, and I threw them out. She called the city's 311 line. She says, I was thinking in the New York City sanitation, there's no way I'm ever going to be able to track down my rings. I was just very skeptical, but I had nothing left to lose. The New York City Sanitation Department agreed to hold off on pickups at her Manhattan apartment building so she could look through the trash, but it soon became apparent the bag had already been taken. Lombardo and her husband, Jim, drove to the department's processing facility where trash goes to be shipped to landfills. Workers were able to identify the truck that made the pickup, and they dumped its load of 800 bags. The Lombardos and the sanitation workers sifted through the garbage for about an hour, and they found the rings.
Wow. And those guys need a couple cases of beer.
Absolutely.
For their efforts.
Absolutely. They went above and beyond. Amazing people, she says. Now that's what this ring symbolizes. There's hope and goodness in the world. And against the odds, it
An
can
extreme
happen.
customer service.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And by the way, take a shower.
Oh,
That's got to be stanky. That's
yeah.
got to be.
Rank.
All right. It doesn't stink that you're on the Experience Pros radio show. Please stick with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after these messages. You're listening to Kaylie Hall and Eric Raymer. This is the home of positive business talk.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
You know, for decades, Wall Street professionals have been using computers to trade stocks and make profits every single day. Sounds like a great idea, right? But who has the time or the expertise to monitor the market constantly? I'm sure you don't. That is why it's time to introduce to you the first and only robotic stock trader in the world, designed to automatically rake profits out of the market unattended. Created by a retired Microsoft programmer, this app allows you to trade like the pros on Wall Street. Sound too good to be true? Go to cooltrade.org and download the app for free. Watch the proprietary algorithms work and see how profits are generated. No obligation, no software to download, no credit card needed. You could see 5, 10, and even 15% return a month. Where else can you get that? Go to cooltrade.org. That's cooltrade.org. That's cooltrade.org and experience this game-changing technology. Go to cooltrade.org and start taking profits out of the market today.
Hi, this is Andrew Stone. After I was injured in a rear-end collision in Boulder, I called attorney Jeremy Cave for help. I can honestly say Jeremy worked day and night to get me what I was entitled to. Unlike a lot of attorneys today, Jeremy puts the personal in personal injury. He relieved me of stress and was there for me every step of the way. Cave Law understands that many of you who listen to this station prefer to have a lawyer who sees things from your point of view. I found it with Cave Law. I think it's time to put the personal back into handling personal injury. Call Jeremy Cave today at 720-213-3737. Jeremy Cave only gets paid when you do. Call Cave Law now for a free at-home consultation. 720-213-3737. If you're injured in an accident, call 720-213-3737 or check out his brand new website, cavelawyer.com. That's cavelawyer.com. Personal and caring service from Cave Law. Call Jeremy today, 720-213-3737.
Pat Boone here with an urgent question for every American with a bank savings account, stock portfolio, or 401k retirement account. Today, we know nothing that's posted online is truly private or safe from being hacked, including our national secrets held by the CIA, NSA, and top intelligence agencies. That being the case, what can you do to protect your hard-earned wealth? Well, one book explains it all. Don't bank on it. From the most respected source I know of, Swiss America. And get this, for a limited time, the first 500 callers can get a free copy. Call 800-289-2646, 800-289-2646 now. Learn how to protect your money and do it now. Call 800-289-2646. Learn how to protect your money against what even the CIA cannot protect. 800-289-2646. For your free copy of Don't Bank on It.
There is a darkness that seeks to divide us, but we will not let this house fall. Join the Americhicks, Molly and Kim, in a town hall of ideas as they search for the truth and find solutions real folks face today. Government's heavy hand is not the answer. The free market and free minds are. Join the Americhicks discussion today from 5 to 6 p.m. Together, we are a movement. Denver's only female-hosted call-in talk show on your drive home. The Americhicks, Kim Monson and Molly Vogt, weekday afternoons at 5 on KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
I can't say that.
But we can. Sometimes you just can't write the words you want to say or find the right words to express your feelings. But we can. We are the right words. The people who help turn your thoughts into words so you can speak your mind. Too shy to ask that special person out? Try us. We're good at that. Love, hate, revenge, laughter. We're the right words, bringing you the words that make saying the hardest things easier. Learn more at therightwords250.com. WRITE, therightwords250.com.
This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. It is a good day to be connected here, and listen carefully, folks. Organizations are shaped as much by the personalities of their leaders as by product innovations, marketing prowess, or technical ingenuity. And yet, identifying personality attributes that promote or either promote or inhibit organizational effectiveness has been an elusive goal, despite the existence of various assessment centers, executive coaching, and 360 feedback tools. And our next guest has been studying the impact of personality on effectiveness at work for 30 years. He created the LMAP 360, that's the Leadership Multi-Rater Assessment of Personality, to provide leaders evidence-based narrative feedback on their personality and the impact it has on their teams and organizations. He has written a book, Personality at Work, and we are going to talk to him about this. Ron Warren, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Hey, thanks so much. Nice to be here.
It is our privilege to have you on board. And I sped through your book this morning, Ron, and Cher, our gal in the office, came in and she says, you speed read? And I said, I took the actual Evelyn Wood class to get through, and I came away with some really cool stuff. And I'm going to save my favorite passage. I wrote it down. I'm going to save it for the end of this interview. But let's talk about the dysfunctional behaviors that leaders most often conclude that they either need to start, stop, or improve in order to be effective. What are some of those things that leaders are saying, you know what, this just isn't working right?
Well, leaders either have to increase their focus on tasks and sort of their grit and holding people accountable for work, or increase their social skills. And, in some cases, unfortunately, maybe both. But
I'm thinking of the 10 behaviors that you isolate, and I'm talking about like start giving people attention or start asking the tough questions. And this one was especially appropriate. Stop yelling. Do you find that leaders are really doing that a lot? Is it a real problem?
It varies by culture. It's not quite as common in the U.S., but we do the program at Harvard, Advanced Management Program. So there's about 160 participants twice a year.
Yeah.
And we see it's actually quite interesting when I look at their self-assessments, and their highest self-score is hostility.
Wow.
I mean, so out of 13 different traits that they've identified about their own experience of work and how they operate, irritability and hostility is the top trait for them. And I'm thinking, wow, these are people sort of like at the top of the world.
It really is, and I can see how. And the reason I'm maybe gobsmacked by this is because I probably fell into the category of a yeller years ago, and I can see how my realizing that is not contributing to the success of anything in the office helped me get through that. Here's another one that in our consulting practice, Ron, we've seen that strikes fear into the heart of people. And you say we need to start to delegate more. And yet many leaders or managers, I'll use that word, feel like if they delegate more, then they confuse or reduce their own job security.
Well, people have to really decide what is the job role. And for individual contributors, it really is all about doing your own work. But leaders have the role of facilitating performance on their team. So it's about other people doing great work.
Yeah, I'm famous for the phrase, it's not my job to do everything, it's my job to make sure that everything gets done.
Well, that's true. And, how can you help people accomplish that?
Yeah.
So different personality types have different needs and work combinations of personality traits. We're not one trait or another. I mean, we measure 13 traits, so we look at what are the top 7 or 8 traits in a profile because they interact with each other and influence behavior that way.
Gotcha.
Hey, Ron, it's Kaylie here. I was going to just ask.
Hi.
I was just going to ask about, I think a lot of leaders have a tendency to being an A-type personality, perhaps. They can't get out of their own way. And therefore they prevent from growth and all of that because they can't get out of their own way. They can't delegate. They overanalyze everything. They turn into passive aggressive or start yelling.
How do you get past that?
Well, there's a couple of different things. One, some people are micromanagers and aren't yellers, but they are micromanagers. Some are yellers and not micromanagers, and some are both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Usually those people have difficulty finding people who want to work with them because there isn't a lot of opportunity for growth and there's a lot of negative feedback. So
I can definitely see that.
So, at a certain point, somebody in a leadership role has to decide, hey, is my job to help other people excel? And my job is specifically to make sure they get what they need to execute on their jobs well. Or am I going to do this myself? Because if you really want to be an individual contributor, professional, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
People want to ascend into leadership roles, but frankly, it's a lot of work. A lot of people aren't made for it. It takes more time. So we really encourage in the book for people, whether they're really dominating and don't have the social skills, are sort of deferring and not having a lot of initiative.
I see it.
Think about.
Go ahead.
Oh, to think about not being default managers.
Right.
Don't accept a management and leadership role because you were good at something else.
Right.
Right. Because I see in list here, it's like improving your listening skills. I couldn't agree more with that. As a leader, you have to learn to listen to your employees in order to build some camaraderie and be able to sense of purpose.
So the book that we're talking about, folks, is Personality at Work. And Dr. Rick Warren is the author and our guest on the program. Rick, you said you boiled it down to 13 traits, personality traits. And your book, a comprehensive tome, if you will, on the various, says, we started off with hundreds of personality traits that have been identified over the years by the assessments. Well, we boiled it down to these 13 because these are the ones that, you got purple, you got violet, and you got lavender, and they're all pretty much purple, right? So let me share with you as we close our time with you here, my friend, my favorite passage, and it was this.
Well, thank you.
Our work, our relationships, and our lives succeed or fail one conversation at a time. While no single conversation is guaranteed to transform a company, a relationship, or a life, any single conversation can. Speak and listen as if this is the most important conversation you'll ever have with this person. It could be. Rick,
well, I got to tell you, that's Susan Scott who you just quoted.
Well, it's brilliant. And Ron, thanks for the work. Thanks for the book. And thank you for your time. Have a great rest of the day. Folks, we got to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back right after these messages.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
The Colorado Business Roundtable brings you Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. Hear from key leaders in Colorado's business community, advocating for proactive business policies that strengthen the economy and help business grow and thrive in Colorado, as well as helping to make Colorado the best place to live now and for generations to come. Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 and MoneyTalk1690.com.
Did you know that every dollar you put into a piece of real estate makes you money 5 ways? Cash flow, money in your pocket each month. Equity capture, the thousands of dollars you create when you have the right team and buy the right property using the right map. Appreciation, real estate doubles in value about every 20 years. Equity buildup, renters pay down your mortgage each month. And finally, the tax advantage. We pay almost no taxes on our cash flow and capital gains. These are the 5 ways we make money in real estate, which is why real estate accounts for more millionaires in the world today than any other investment vehicle. You should have some real estate in your portfolio. To learn how, attend one of our free workshops. Call 866-971-8970 or go to 5wayswemakemoney.com and register for the next available workshop. That's 866-971-8970 or go to 5wayswemakemoney.com.
Hey there, Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. There's absolutely no reason why right now can't be your time to get started on that beautiful new kitchen or that awesome bath you've always wanted. Right, Todd?
Of course, Dad. With our unique cabinet resurfacing, they'll get that beautiful new kitchen, and without the mess and expense of replacement, and in a shorter time, too.
Boy, you've got that right, Todd. But if an all-new kitchen is on their wish list, we'll build it from the bottom up, first rate all the way. And let's not forget that very special room, the bath. What about that?
Well, hey, turning leaky, moldy, smelly baths into awesome rooms, that's what we do. Whether it's a tub-to-shower conversion or a whole new 5-piece bath, our family business will make it special, just like we've done for decades.
Okay, Todd. So, folks, give us a call and see what our family can do for your family. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or DoneRightKitchens.com.
Hi, I'm Carrie Gusmus, Area Manager with Fairway Independent Mortgage. Have you noticed the mortgage ads lately? Companies that used to advertise low rates and savings of hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on your refinance have suddenly become purchase experts. At Fairway, we've always been purchase experts. We offer our qualified, pre-approved buyers a 20-day purchase guarantee from contract to close. In Colorado's competitive real estate market, a quick closing can be the difference between owning a home you love or dragging your search out for months. Apply from your computer or mobile device online through our easy application process. Unlike other companies, we won't leave you floating alone in a gravity-free room. Our local team of loan officers walks with you every step of the way to qualify and close on your dream home. Learn more about our 20-day closing guarantee and your home loan options by calling 303-214-9071 or visit us online at fairwaymortgagecolorado.com.
Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS number 2289, is an equal housing lender. This is not an offer to enter into an agreement. Not all customers will qualify. Information, rates, and programs are subject to change without notice. All products are subject to credit and property approval. A pre-qualification is not an approval of credit and does not signify that underwriting requirements have been met. Branch NMLS number 1122559. Regulated by the Colorado Division of Real Estate.
Finally, you can experience comfort in every room in your home, plus save money on energy costs every day. Discover how Pastor Camp can help with the new energy-efficient heating and air conditioning system. The Pastor Camp family has provided comfort and a customer satisfaction guarantee for over 50 years. They offer payment plans as low as $89 per month with approved credit. Discover Pastor Camp and experience comfort. Call 303-777-1234 or visit pastorcamp.com.
The Experienced Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin' hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experienced Pros.
Oh, yeah. That's right. You know where this is going. If you start me up. Welcome back to the Experienced Pros Radio Show. Angel's on vacation. Kaylie Hall sitting in for her. Kaylie, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
What better way to come back to a segment with than with the Stones? And if you start me up, I'll never stop. Came across an article in Success.com that I love food. I don't think that's any secret to anybody who listens to this broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
But I love food so much that when an article is all about food and it has to do with success, I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, written by the Oracles, says 10 ways highly successful people fuel up in the morning. Did you know Marilyn Monroe ate 2 raw eggs whisked into cold milk every morning?
Sounds horrible.
Did you know Muhammad Ali devoured 2 large steaks and 12 eggs, sometimes followed by ice cream?
Good for him.
In the morning.
Ew.
Right?
Ew.
Franklin D. Roosevelt consumed a hot jam-filled donut every morning.
Now he's talking. I'm all about it.
You got a sweet tooth, do you?
I like the jam-filled donuts.
Yeah. I'm more of a savory kind of guy. But this article, we start off with Grant Cardone, and he's of course a top sales expert. He's built a $500 million real estate empire, and he is the New York Times bestselling author of Be Obsessed or Be Average. He says this is his way to fuel the fire. He says, I make my own 10X oatmeal, honey, whole oats, cinnamon, and even calamurna figs. Is that a thing?
Okay.
Do you know about that?
No, I don't know what that is.
It's too healthy.
Yes.
10 raisins, 10 dried cherries, half of a banana, dried blueberries, and 10 fresh blueberries, Brazil nuts, walnuts, licorice, and filtered water.
Sounds like a lot of work.
That sounds disgusting.
It doesn't sound good.
I also enjoy juicing, which propels my body into action and fuels creativity. A quick glass of freshly made juice every day will make you a better salesperson, manager, leader, entrepreneur, and
whatever
parent.
works for you.
That's what works for Grant Cardone.
I
What
agree.
you got?
What I got is from Kevin Harrington, who's the inventor of the infomercial.
Oh, yeah. He was on Shark Tank as well.
Yeah, I sure was. And his thing is about a balanced routine. He packs a lot of protein into his morning routine, constantly going in between meals as a busy entrepreneur. So I start my day with a vanilla protein shake, purified omega fish oil, although that does sound
No, you can take those in pills.
Yeah, whatever.
Pills.
There you go.
Yep.
Add a double espresso in the mid-morning protein bar, and before he's on the run and he's ready to seize the day.
Yeah.
I think routine is uber important.
Routine is important and very, very valuable. I think that, interestingly, you should say that he starts his day with a vanilla protein shake. I started my day today. Now, I intended to go to the gym, and I never got to the gym.
Nope.
But
At least the intention. It's all about intention.
No, it's about follow through. And I dropped the ball, willing to take what's mine. But here's the thing. I started my day with a double portion of my chocolate protein shake.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, but some days the powder doesn't want to
You can't swallow
dissolve the way that it's supposed to. And today was one of those days I took the cap off, and there's on the cap and on the rim, there's all this untouched powder.
Sand.
And I've got water jumping all over it. And I'm thinking, how could you possibly survive with my force of my shaking? And it does. And I shook it up some more, opened up the top, and I'm telling you what, it wasn't smooth.
It wasn't. No. It's not no smoothie there.
I had to choke it down.
Yes.
All right. Ty Lopez, the investor and advisor in many multimillion-dollar businesses who's built an 8-figure online empire, says this: a customized diet, the best breakfast, is one that you'll actually stick to. I've tried many diets, most recently the Gracie diet, which just focuses on food combinations. The pairings are easy to digest, which gives you more energy and health. And every month I get my blood tested for nutrient deficiencies. Then I eat the foods with whatever I'm deficient in. That sounds like a lot of work.
Yes.
And at least 1 or 2 pinpricks to check your blood.
Yes, it does. Well, let's go on to the next one. We got Mark Sisson, founder of Primal Blueprint, bestseller of the new Primal Blueprint, and publisher of yada yada, a bunch of stuff.
Mark's DailyApple.com.
Yeah, exactly. The world's most visited blog on paleo, primal, and ancestral health.
Yes.
So his thing is about fast to focus. He says he almost never eats breakfast because he likes to enjoy the benefits of an extended fast up to 18 hours every day.
Yeah.
And I guess that kind of, I don't know if that gains you focus for sure.
No. It trains your body. And I've heard of these. Usually it's a 16-hour fast, and we'll talk about that in the next guy. But the idea of a fast is you don't eat until like 1 o'clock.
Yep.
And then you eat all the way through until 7 o'clock.
I think that's when your metabolism is.
It is.
Yeah.
It's when your metabolism is rocking, and you train your body. By the fast, you train your body to go after the fat content of your body versus the muscle.
I think
content.
I actually do that, and I didn't even know that was.
See, and I tend to not eat in the morning. I love eating in the morning, but I tend not to. But then I will accidentally go all the way through the day, and then I get home and I eat at night at 8 o'clock.
Which is the worst time to eat.
Worst time ever.
Then
I can't sleep because I've got the reflux and all of that going on. All right, so the next gentleman is James Swanwick. He's an entrepreneur and author and the CEO of Swanwick Sleep. He goes for the 16-hour fast. He says, I usually skip breakfast 5 days a week, and his intermittent fasting works very effectively. 16-hour fast can speed up your metabolism, burn fat, and give you more energy, clarity, and muscle growth. Again, same similarity with what we just talked about. First meal between noon and 1, have a cup of coffee, drink a lot of water. If I'm eating breakfast, it'll be a paleo meal. And don't get confused. When he says I'm eating breakfast, he eats breakfast starting at 1.
Mm-hmm.
So the fast is extended through the night and into the morning kind of a fast.
Wow.
So he says crashing is the worst thing that can happen to you as an entrepreneur. Losing clarity and focus will ultimately cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars of lost productivity.
I completely agree with that. Michael Zeller, founder of Elevate United, launched businesses in 5 different industries, which gave him a generated income of $100 million, which is awesome. He says, fuel energy naturally. He's a health nut, he says, but I don't want to be addicted to coffee or feel the effects of the adrenal burnout.
Right.
I'd prefer to be naturally energized. And so he sticks with 4 things: a glass of water. He says alkaline water. I just go with water. Green juice, which is always questionable.
Sure.
And or hot antioxidant rich Numi tea. There's so much I know.
Or matcha green tea, either one.
And a powerhouse protein smoothie packed with nutrients. So that kind of keeps him going. And his ingredients are like banana, coconut, milk, ice, chocolate protein powered. And you were just talking about powder.
There's a ton. Chia seeds, cacao, cinnamon, extra virgin coconut oil, or whatever. You know, interesting. You said he does the alkaline water.
Mm-hmm.
I know people who do alkaline water, and they swear by it. They
Really?
say that it really makes a difference.
Is that a placebo?
Because, well, our pH is off. And so
I can see that.
to get rid of some of the alkaline or the acid in the water is so much better. And it provides a place where cancer can't live.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right. Craig Lack, CEO of Energy, he eats, he says, I prefer caffeine or adrenaline to start my day. A bulletproof coffee with a grass-fed butter. Are you familiar with this thing?
No.
So a bulletproof coffee is a coffee, black, and instead of cream, they put in a scoop of butter.
It'd smooth it out, I guess.
You got to try it. I am not into it. It just...
That doesn't sound like a good
It
combo.
makes me want to gag.
Yeah.
But I've heard a lot of people do that. They throw in some blueberries and banana into a superfood protein powder afterwards, and off you go.
Oh, wow.
And then
there's Jim Mathers,
Yep.
the CEO of Northern American Energy Advisory. He says his main thing is get excited. Okay. He says, I wake up excited to start my day every day. To keep that excitement up, all he needs to do is have a protein shake and a latte made with 3 shots of espresso. I guess it would be a jump start. 3 shots.
Yep.
That keeps his head clear and his body satisfied until 1 or 2 p.m. I normally forget to eat lunch because his wife has to remind him. So
there it is. All right. Well, you know, I'm looking at the clock, and I think that's going to be it. It's important to establish a routine, folks. Make sure whatever you do it with consistency. Don't, you know, I made this statement years ago. You never try on a parachute. You ride it all the way down. Whatever you decide to do, commit to it and be consistent about it. It's good for your breakfast. It's good for your business. We'll be back right after these messages. Kaylie Hall, Eric Kramer. This is the Experience Pros Radio Network.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk 1690 AM.
Alcohol began to be a problem a few years ago, and the problem just got worse. Hi, my name is Bill. Alcohol had crept into my life over the years, taking over until I didn't have a life anymore. I needed a solution before I lost everything. I tried various treatments and counseling. They did not solve the real problem. I was addicted. I was exhausted trying to fight it. Go Sober was able to solve the problem within a week, and it's great to have my life back. If you want to find out more, go to gosober.org.
85% of people who go through the Go Sober program never drink again. The 85% success rate is because it uses science to solve your addiction problem. Go Sober provides FDA-approved medical treatments using specific drugs administered by a doctor in the physician's office. You will lose your desire to drink almost immediately, and you'll be back to work and back to your life the next day. Call Go Sober at 303-827-4837. That's 303-827-4837. Or go to gosober.org.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
Do you have a family? Would you like to help make sure they'll be taken care of if anything were to happen to you? If you answered yes, you probably need life insurance. Now, do you think life insurance is expensive? If you answered yes to that too, you definitely need to give AIG Direct a call. We could find you a $250,000 policy for just $14 a month, which means you could save hundreds of dollars a year. Call us now for a free, no-obligation quote. 1-800-400-3816. Since 1995, we've helped millions of people find out if they could save up to 70% on their term life insurance. See how affordably we can help you protect your family. Call AIG Direct now for your free quote. 1-800-400-3816. You could save up to 70%. That's 1-800-400-3816. 1-800-400-3816.
Crabs, 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 and more crabs. When it comes to crabs, the Fresh Fish Company really shells out. Hi, this is Karen, owner of the Fresh Fish Company. If you love crab, then you'll love our most popular seafood event of the year. You can indulge in over 20 different delicious crab dishes. To cure your crab craving, try sweet, delectable snow crab, or succulent, meaty Alaskan king crab, or how about Florida stone crab? You might prefer our famous crab cakes or salmon Oscar topped with crab. Still can't decide? Then go Oregon Dungeness crab. Start your meal off with crab artichoke dip, crab claws, or our famous crab and corn chowder. And for the true crab connoisseur, finish your meal with our unbelievable crab ice cream. All of these special Crab Festival dishes are available during lunch and dinner, along with our regular Fresh Fish Company menu. So don't miss out on the Fresh Fish Company's Crab Festival.
The Crab Festival is going on now and runs through March 31st. Make your reservations now. Call 303-740-9556 or go to thefreshfishco.com.
This is Albert Mogler for Townhall.com. Justice Samuel Alito of the United States Supreme Court recently delivered a bracing message to a group of Catholic lawyers. Justice Alito said, quote, "A wind is picking up that is hostile to those with traditional moral beliefs," end quote. Referencing his minority opinion in the Obergefell decision that legalized same-sex marriage nationwide, he said that the decision would be used to vilify those who disagree and treat them as bigots. It is clear that Justice Alito is very concerned. Those who pressed for the legalization of same-sex marriage are now pressing for the normalization of all same-sex relationships throughout the entire culture. He went on to say that, quote, "We are likely to see pitched battles both in the courts and in Congress, state legislatures and town halls, but the most important fight is for the hearts and minds of our fellow Americans," end quote. Here you have a justice of the Supreme Court saying that the biggest case is not the case before his court, but the one in the court of public opinion. We cannot say that we were not warned. I'm Albert Mogler.
Attention. If you or a loved one has been surgically implanted with a hernia mesh implant, you may be at risk. Many mesh products used in hernia surgeries are defective and have been linked to severe complications, including chronic pain, infections, bowel obstruction, internal injury, or the need for corrective surgery. Even the FDA has issued warnings on mesh products. If you or a loved one has a hernia mesh implant and have experienced any of these symptoms, you may be entitled to significant compensation. The team at United Law will provide a free, no-obligation evaluation with over $1 billion recovered for victims of defective drugs and devices. United Law can help. The deadline to file your claim is approaching fast, and you need to act. So if you or a loved one has a hernia mesh implant that has caused chronic pain, infection, bowel obstruction, internal injury, or the need for corrective surgery, call United Law today and get the compensation you deserve. Call 800-755-5002. 800-755-5002. That's 800-755-5002.
Revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. The Experience Pros, America's home for positive business talk.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. This is America's home for positive business talk, and we are positively thrilled that you are along the ride with us. Kaylie Hall been sitting in for Angel Tussey, who is vacationing with her family out in Orlando, Florida. Kaylie, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm loving the opportunity.
You know, it's been fun. And
yes.
You said just after the last segment, man, time flies.
Yes.
It really does.
It does.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to stare at each other, but no, it's not anything
No,
like that
no
at
crickets,
all. No crickets or anything.
Chirping or any of that. No, it's been great. We love having you as the guest host today. And I want to just kind of take this time to wrap up our time with you by reemphasizing the nature of your business. You're a graphic designer, and I will go so far as to say you're an award-winning graphic designer.
Thank you.
You also are an educator. You are a professor at
Red Rocks Community College, and before that, it was at Purdue University.
Wow, at Purdue.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was the art director there for a long time. And then I started teaching on the side over there, and I thought if I ever get tired of this racket, at least I can teach graphic design
And here you are.
And damage all these students. It'll be great.
You know, I don't know if you damage them or not.
No, I have minions, which is pretty cool.
You are pretty amazing, though. When you come, you've got this, you've got a larger computer. You know, everything is kind of scaled down and gone small. But heck no, us graphic designers, and I used to count myself among them. I had a 17-inch, you know, huge notebook of a computer. No, it fit no cases at all.
No.
And it was.
You look like you were carrying one of those big old portfolios that I saw in Chicago all the time.
And you brought this kind of trackpad thing.
My Wacom tablet.
Your what?
My Wacom tablet.
Wacom tablet. It comes with a pencil, folks. It works like a mouse, but you can draw stuff.
Yes, you can. It
with
got
precision.
Yes, you can, because you use it like a pen, and it prevents carpal tunnel.
Who knew?
Who knew? And I'm so happy I was introduced to that so many years ago, because I don't know where I'd be with my that death grip you get on your mouse.
Interesting. I never even think about that, because I haven't had a mouse
forever.
Yeah. I mean, I just use my trackpad, and I don't need another thing to carry around, though.
You know what, though? They're not that bad. They come in all different sizes, and I have to say it's kind of enjoyable to watch my husband try to figure out how to do them, you know, how to use it. But there's a little bit of a learning curve, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I would never go back to a mouse. It's fantastic. So,
I feel the same way about my trackpad.
Yeah,
I've never gone back to the mouse.
And I hate that, because I can't draw with the trackpad.
Yeah.
You know, it makes me nuts.
Different strokes, no pun intended.
Different strokes for different folks. You got it.
All right. So your business, 68 Designs, how can people check you out?
They can check me out. Well, I actually like to update my Facebook business page. It's 68 Designs, 68 Designs LLC, and I update it pretty consistently. Pretty regularly. Right. I like to tell people about the stories about how we got to the end product of a particular project I'm working on. I'm more about relationships and learning how to pull out ideas for people. And so it's an extension of them.
Anybody who's never used a professional graphic designer may not understand the vernacular you just used. I like to pull out the information out of my clients, my prospects, and yet, you know, when I first went to my first designer and said, I want a logo.
Right.
Oh my gosh. I could have said, like, you have three eyes, or I have three eyes, because she looked at me like I was nuts.
Yes.
You know, sit down, son, and we're going to have a conversation.
Exactly.
And this conversation is I'm going to ask you a lot of questions, and you're going to follow through with those questions. And then that will guide whether or not we decide whether you need a logo, or you need branding, or you need a website, or you need this or that and the other. And I was like,
I thought I just hired you for a service. It's like going to King Super.
Draw something.
Exactly.
What do you feel about places like Fiverr? Fiverr.com.
I think it devalues people who actually go to school for this stuff.
Really?
I do. I do. I think if you get what you pay for. Now, sometimes some stuff actually does work.
Yeah.
You know, but I think you need that relationship, that partnership with a graphic designer as your business grows.
How much did you pay as an entry fee for Experience Pros? Nothing. You started off. You're my poster child.
You just have to dance like nobody's looking.
Yeah. No, you're my poster child for signing up, and we have a free trial now, right?
Yes.
And people can sign up for 30 days and check it out. And I promise to give you the results after 30 days before I ever ask you for a credit card. I will never ask you for a credit card.
I remember when we saw each other up at a networking event after I did this, and you looked at me and you said, "You're trending." And I was like, I don't even know what that means.
Trending.
I was trending.
On
That's
a
so
free
funny.
account.
Yep.
You were actually leading the pack of all the people in the directory, which was really amazing. And you can do a lot of that stuff. And for our listeners who are tuning in and hearing this, go to experiencepros.com right now, because Kaylie Hall, how busy are you now? That was years ago.
That was years ago. I can't say enough about Experience Pros. I absolutely love it. The camaraderie, it's almost cultish in a wonderful business way. It's fantastic. Don't use that word. I love it.
We love the fact there's a camaraderie, that's for sure. It's a bond.
Fantastic.
And we're glad that it's been good. But your business, and again, you got to dance like no one's watching, and you are a good dancer when no one's watching.
Yeah.
You're really working it hard. You're rolling up your sleeves. look, I can't do everybody's business for them, nor would I promise to.
You make an investment in yourself by actually going into Experience Pros.
Right.
And it's just like all those other, organized events and such. You got to put in what you need to put in. And Experience Pros is so willing to back you up and just make your business grow.
And I got to be honest with you, 3 years ago when you came and joined for free and went through the contest, the fan bragging contest, which, by the way, the results are coming on April 5th.
I can't wait.
We're going to talk about that in a little bit here. And by a little bit, like tomorrow or the next day. But to see where you've come and how you're speaking in public now, you are training, of course, doing great things with that. I send people to you with reckless abandon because I know that you're going to be good for them.
Yep.
And what they're doing. It's just been a joy. So the Facebook page, 68 Designs LLC.
Yep.
All right.
You got it. And then my office phone is 303-216-9228.
Do that again, please.
303-216-9228.
There it is. Kaylie Hall, thank you for joining us, for joining the program today and giving of yourself.
Yep.
It's been a privilege having you in.
It's been awesome.
I want to thank our listeners for tuning in and participating in this, the home of positive business talk. We do have to kind of wrap this thing up. I'm going to jump over to our sister station and do a crosswalk with a gentleman out of, I believe, Illinois. So we appreciate you. And Big Man Chad, thanks for doing all that you do as well. We'll be back tomorrow.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com.